So
I've been teaching people deep body work since like 35 years, more.
So we've just come off 5 days of human dissection in Poland, and how did you get on? How was your experience?
Wow, so much happened for me, and I mean, I learned a lot, and I unlearned a lot, and but I learned so much kinesthetically and visually, just by being in a body and seeing all the layers of the body, and cutting through the layers and experiencing what they're three-dimensionally and what the texture is like and what the shapes are like and how deep they go and how the layers interact, or how everything is interconnected is what I read and understand from the work, but actually see it and experience it on that level was very deep, I would say. And you know what else? It was very humbling.
That's kind of what I got from you. You know, I said to you this morning, I felt for a couple of days that, and it's a common thing, that people are quite, like I said to people about, bring their ideas, bring the strongly held beliefs, and there's a resistance. It takes a couple of days for people to sort of realize that they have to start to unwind their own learning and reconfigure that and kind of unlearn, and there's a resistance to that. And I felt that there was a point this week with you where you kind of let go of that. You know, you sort of went, okay, and you collapsed, you sort of let yourself go into it, and that's what I said to you this morning. There's a change I felt in you at some point. Were you aware of that yourself? Or?
Yeah, I was very aware of it. You know when it came yesterday, when we started going into the organs and all the membranes around, and there was something about it. It really touched me and moved me in a way that emotionally. And yeah, you know, I honor you as a teacher. I mean, I think you're a brilliant teacher, and I really honor your commitment as a teacher. The other thing I really enjoy about you is you make anatomy fun, because you're extremely funny. You could do stand-up comedy.
All I have in the past, Alex.
I bet you have, yeah. And,
scariest thing ever.
So it makes it really fun to learn from you.
It should be, you know, the body's an amazing thing, and it's fun to do. And if you know, my aim in these things is for me to enjoy myself and learn, and to watch people, to stand back, you know. And when I'm argumentative, somebody said to me today, he said, oh, you know, you said so and so, and like, I can't remember what I said to you. I was only saying that to you to upset you or wind you up, or you know, to challenge what it is that you're saying, you know. And and that's fun as well.
Yeah, no, you're very good.
Ideas or the principles don't come from me telling you what I think. It's letting you see the witnesses, which is the people we dissect, the teachers we dissect, and they kind of tell us pretty much what we need to know. They'll call BS on our stories for us, really. So, but yeah. So yesterday I thought was again the same thing for me. I thought it was a big shift, and there always is when we get to those organs and that viscera, and then people realise that actually there's so much that really we're not even aware of in those spaces, and that is kind of cool.
Very cool.
So how do you think it might transform or change or affect the way you work or teach in the future?
Well, I mean, the way I work, you know, the way I do sessions, it's going to have it. It's just because it's so kinesthetic, dissection. You know, you're right in there, you're feeling the textures in the layers, you're feeling the whole contours of the body from the inside, and visually seeing it. And I'm sure it's like Michelangelo, you know, doing David or something. It's like I'm gonna have a very different relationship to anatomy, because studying anatomy without doing it through a dissection like this, or studying fascia without doing it through dissection, it's not three-dimensional. It's not textural.
Yeah,
it's
true. Yeah, it's on a page, and you look at a structure and you go, well, I can touch that, and then you realise that there's a whole load of other things you have to go through to get to that structure, and you don't even really think that. You go, well, here's a biceps femoris, and then suddenly there's all these other things that are surrounding it that leap out at you or don't leap out at you. So, and what about your teaching? Is it?
Well, I'm very curious, you know, because a lot of the things that I've been sharing about fascia.
So that's good. And is this something that you would recommend to people in terms of body workers
I
or your
teach
students?
a lot of people in Poland, for instance. I have been trainings in Poland through Nisagar, and I teach a lot of people there, and I'll recommend it to everybody. No, really, I will. I think I wish I would have done this years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been so helpful to do years ago, and it's something actually that I would like to do every year for some years, so that I can keep deepening my understanding of the whole thing.
I always think the 5 days is a little bit like, when you see older people and they do a coach tour around Europe. They, Monday in Paris and Tuesday in Berlin and Wednesday in Prague or what have you. And it's a whistle stop. It's Monday skiing and super fashion. We got 5 days and we're like, by Friday we're going, well, hang on a minute. We didn't really. We only spent like 5 hours in the heart or what have you. And can I come and we just
really
skated over the surface. There's years and years of and the stuff that we end up leaving on the table is still weeks and weeks worth of study in it. So it's always a shame, but at the same time, we keep coming back. There's stuff that I haven't done in that lab in 12 years that I want to do. So anyway, thank you for.
I'll just say one thing.
Yeah.
I recommend that everybody studies with Julian. Really, he's an artist and a scientist.
Thank you.
And you're such an artist with the scalpel. And your understanding of what you're cutting and how you're doing it. You're like a sculptor. You just have such a fine understanding, and you do it so easily.
Thank you.
And how you speak at the same time. You see that you've been doing this for years, and that it's your passion.
It is my passion.
It really is your passion, and that passion is contagious. Really.
Thank you. That means a lot.